Let's learn how fabric works.
Part 2. So woven fabric, the stuff with the threads running up and down and side to side, is made on a loom. This thing right here. It's got those threads going up and down, and then you see you got that cute little shuttle thingy that goes side to side. And by the way, the shuttle is the one that holds the thread that goes side to side, so you can actually make them go side to side. Now, in industrial manufacturing, those threads going up and down are very long, like thousands of meters long, because they make thousands of meters of fabric at a time. So they have to be very, very strong, because if those threads break, rethreading the loom is a pain in the butt. Those threads are also known as the straight of grain. And those threads that go side to side that are loaded onto that little shuttle guy right there, those are called your cross grain threads. Cross grain threads don't have to be as strong as straight of grain threads, because cross grain threads, they only have to survive the width of the fabric. They don't have to be strong enough that they don't break over thousands of meters. And since they're not under tension the same way your straight of grain threads are, a lot of the times any fabric that has a little tiny bit of stretch to it, the stretch wovens, the ones going side to side, those cross grain threads are going to be the ones that stretch, not the straight of grain threads. So the way this shakes out in real life is when I pull side to side on my fabric, it doesn't really go anywhere. When I pull up and down on my fabric, it doesn't really go anywhere. Now you can see this way goes a little bit more than this way does. So I know on this fabric, these threads going side to side, those are my straight of grain threads, and these threads going up and down, those are my cross grain threads, because my cross grain threads stretch a little bit more than my straight of grain threads do. Now, when I pull on a diagonal, there are no threads there. And since there are no threads there, the weave of the fabric can warp a little bit, which means whenever I pull on a diagonal, I have a little bit of stretch to my fabric. A 45-degree angle, that is called the true bias, that has the most amount of stretch, but any other angle is still a bias because there are still no threads going through it. It's just not a true bias. Woven fabrics, since they are made of threads going up and down side to side, once you cut it, woven fabric starts to fray. However, at the edges of the loom where the thread going side to side turns around and goes back the other way, you have something called a selvage. And a selvage is slang for a self-edge, actually, where a selvage, does not fray because it is self-edged. It finishes itself. You do not have to do anything to finish off that edge to keep it from fraying. And since selvages are right across the edges of the fabric, the selvage is how you also find the straight of grain if you can't tell where the threads go. So your straight of grain will always be parallel to your selvage.